And hello there, everyone. Osage Orange here, and welcome to another Midwestern Minecraft Mining Livestream. We are here on episode number 23 of this sub-series for Midwestern Minecraft. Do appreciate everyone who has come out. I hope that your guys' time zone, whatever your guys' time zone is most wunderbar. Stretch here for a sec. There we go. That feels better. So, of course, on the agenda is going to be some mining. Duh. That is, of course, what the venturing of this series is. So, yes, we are going to be doing some mining. However, instead of doing our normal level block 15 mining stuffs, today, we are going to be down in the depths. We are going to be down, way down deep in the earth, trying to get all the redstone. Yes. Yes. Excuse me, but it felt good. But, yes, that is our agenda tonight. Get some redstone. Or more redstone, I should say. I have, done a lot of the mining that I have been doing when I have had the time, ability, and inclination to mine. Has been in the form of actually working in the depths of my Minecraft world, so as that we can have our fun time. So, go ahead and pull up our main screen here. So I've got myself all prepped. I got some supplies up here in my standard mining supplies shulker box. Got cobble and non-cobble empty. Got our minecart for access back up here to the main level. So all the mining I've done this ever since we did back in, what was it, November, something like that, when we were doing our stuff, Minecraft stuff, I was really running low on redstone. So all the stuff I've been doing, like I said, vast majority of my mining has been getting that stuff, and as you can see, I have gotten a lot. But inevitably, I'm probably going to need some more. So, see that is set correctly. Let us head here into the depths. Ready, splash! Let's quickly deposit our minecart there. So yeah, for a while I was like about right here-ish. And, but yeah, I've been doing a bunch of mining. So, to help us... Ooh, blub of lava. Have to be careful. Two more. I haven't been down here in a hot minute. Lol, lava pun. But, I knew that, coming down here was, part of my... Oh, hello. There you are. Yes, indeed. There you are. There you are. Stupid bloody lava. Blub, 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 blub. Like I said, I hadn't been here in a hot minute, as I said, so... Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was going to be in a safe altitude. So, obviously, we need to go back topside. Well, intermediate topside, I should say. From this point, topside, not topside. So let me quickly mute desktop for you, guys. Oh, just a second. I realized I need to go get some. Just a second. You second. Sorry about that, guys. I realized that I forgot Go Juice Dr. Pepper. Note, this stream is not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. It would be nice to have some sponsorship. But, you know, I'd have to probably come... I'd have to come up with something for an advert, so... Alright, let's get out of our thing here. Minecart. Let's see. It's from whenever I last ran into lava right there was all those full buckets you guys see. So hopefully won't have too many things of lava to have to deal with. Splash. And what we can do... That's where we'll be continuing, but I want to make sure to expand the mine just a little bit here. We want to go a little bit of a ways, so, oh wait. Ah! Dum-dum. There we go. Whoa! Hello. Dum-dum. I don't really mind all that sort of thing. It's here we are. We're taking, of course, of a care of a future problem, but we are turning that potential problem into something actually we can use. In this case, we can use the lava for the mine shaft. Whatever reason, I just started thinking of Age of Mythology and Age of Mythology Retold. Probably something I should have done was I should have used up some of those lava buckets. Used them for at least smelting, but did I? No. Of course not. when we go take stuff back up. Let's see. Rats. I have to go topside and make up some more buckets. Or at least up to the main mine shaft and make some more buckets. When I was mining this way last time I was doing this, you know, I heard the blub 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 stuff, and I was like, oh jeez, I got lava down here. But of course, it's the deep parts of the world, so I shouldn't complain too much. Up, inevitably leads to redstone. Law of unintended consequences. Yes. To go back down to where we need to go and back up and make some more buckets. Fortunately, we should have. Oops. Oh, actually, we'll do that. Go ahead and quickly put this joker right back there where I want him, or more toward where I want him. Excuse me, but it felt good. Actually, let's take all this redstone topside. Well, I keep saying topside. I mean, you know, intermediate topside. There we go. Blow people's headphones users out. Sorry. Quickly, I'm going to pause it. Well, you know where I'm willing to bet I left the rest of that iron? It's going to be up with the other guys up there with the item sorter. Let's just go ahead here. We're going to dump off these lava buckets. And we need to go get some more iron so we can make some more buckets. Of course, the more buckets we have, the more lava we can take up. And all that jazz. Why am I trying to go through a thing where there is no access? I'm trying to go through a wall when there is no portal, no access thing. Deal. Yeah! Pfft. Silly twee. copper's aplenty. Frames, bookmark. Oh, honestly, I thought I had more iron. I need a lot more stuff than that. It's probably all the iron right there. Wouldn't be the first time I've done such shenanigans toward myself. Here we are, we've only done a touch of mining, and here I am just trying to figure out where in the heck I've got stuff. There's armor right there. Oh, wrong thing there, tree. But the only other place I can think of where I may have iron on hand, finished iron, not ore or blocks, would be, it's not going to be here, but let's perform a quick OCD check. Diamonds, right? Some of those diamonds you saw there were stuff I've gotten from the downstairs. To the smelter. Into the depths of the smelter. No stuff. Why don't I have a chest and hopper in there? The blast furnace I can understand, but why in the bloody blazes do I have a chest and a no, chests and hoppers in there? Why? Why? Plenty of wood down here. All right. Need 11 more, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Try this again, shall we? Hopefully this will... Almost went too far, guys. I know, I'm being foolish. But if you can't have a little bit of fun, what's the point of playing a video game? You can't have a little bit of fun. There's the one I was thinking of, right here. Go away, bloody gravel. Even this sucks it up. Like, wait, can I? What the? There we go. And guess what, guys? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rah! Only make 7 up. Let's see here. I'm a double dum-dum. I left my shulker boxes up top. Intermediate top side. There we go. Intermediate top side. I still need more. What's it? Ah! Hardly done any mining. All we've been worrying about is lava. But they're not going to use it as decoration, so what should I be complaining about? Don't BMW tree. Alright. Grab that. Oh, turn audio back on. I even deafened my headset myself. Okay. So, can only make up 7 more. Still gonna need some more iron for that. We're gonna want to make up a whole bloody stack, so let's see here. The math is gonna be, that's gonna be 9. 9 times 3, we're gonna need 27 more iron thingies, so let's quickly hop here and head down back to the end of mine shaft. I have gotten some stuff down, a little bit more down this way mining. There's actually mining here on this main level here for a couple days this past week. Did a little bit, not much. And not having been touching Minecraft quite so much lately, partly due to work, of course, but also to avoid some burnout. Been playing other games. Been doing stuff like City Building Saturdays and blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. So, alright, so let's see here. We are going to need 1, 2, 3. There is our 27. Oh wait, did I? Yeah. Yep. I did do the math right. Let's break down the whole freaking thing. And the amount of stuff that the little bit of extra stuff we'll get to isn't going to be too much of a concern for me. So, whoa, excuse me, but I felt good. Excuse me again. Eventually we're going to get ourselves to the point where we can finally get ourselves some more redstone. We had that little bit of additional redstone going down there with the lava, so. I've also potentially thought about using that lava. There's several, some place, not quite to where we are, some distance back from the current stuff. I'm going to have to go looking for it. But, there's, let's see here. One, two. Get those blast furnaces going. It's a nice little thing that Mojang put into Minecraft was the blast furnaces. Oh, I had plenty of coal up here. Look at that. Look at all that coal, guys. Look at all that bloody coal. Let's put our minecart right back in our hotbar. So, but yes, this is why, of course, I've been trying to work to get the All the redstone is for all this redstone componentry. So you see, stuff like this, is useful. I can literally hop up and around. So yeah, this is this circuitry needs to be installed. This, this has already done its thing. It's going wherever it's going down here. All this stuff here needs to have its stuff installed. That we need all this bloody redstone. Which is why, it's like, gosh darn it. I just wish they, Mojang, hadn't messed with the stuff and all that quite as much. Let's go ahead here. Those two. Yep, they're done. Let's go get our precious, precious irons. Oops, wrong way. Tree Department of Depth. 27 iron. Make up some buckets. We now have a full stack. Let's go have some fun times. Let's go get some lava. Don't incinerate myself. And let's grab our shulker boxes. Ready? Splash! I like doing that. I know that Jack Botello, formerly of a Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter, that was one of his things to do at times when he was playing Minecraft with the AH crew, is that he would go splash. I picked that up from him. I want to give credit where credit is due. Redstone. I've even raided him off on stream a couple times, actually. I think. Yeah, I was like, I don't think there's much we can illuminate here, but we will do what we can. All right, so let's see. When I do that to myself. Here's our fortune pick, because of course redstone obeys the rules of fortune. Why did I do that? I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum. Alright. Yeah. While we're here, might as well come through and let's see here. Your way to... Oh, jeez. More lava! Don't, Trey, you have already spent it more than a sufficient amount of time dealing with the lava problem. Don't do more than you have to right now. Gosh darn it. For whatever reason, I just started thinking of, whoa, excuse me, but it felt good. Excuse me again, but it still felt good. The recent video that Heist put on, he's been on a little bit of a hiatus, doing some stuff with RGS 20 down on the Durango and Silverton, and one of his like videos that he posted sometime with like the last week and a half or something like that. He and Brett shot some video of Heist's recent whistle acquisition. There we go. I was getting myself tongue-tied. A couple months back, Heist got himself an Atlantic Coastline ACL 6 chime. And they actually put it on my K class. So I've said I'd been hoping when I took my ride on the DNS, I'd been hoping that I might be able to get to ride behind 493, one of the sisters to 491, at the Colorado Railroad Museum. She, of course, 493 is, of course, in service at the, or at least last I checked, supposed to be in service with the Durango and Silverton as an oil burner. But, alas, it was not to be. My loco was, of course, number 482, the K36 class. It's another little Heist reference. There is Spot the K36. One of the running gags he and Leighton and Brett all have is, Spot the K36. So, the gag for me is, in quotation marks, gag for me is, not merely spot the K36, ride behind in a train pulled by the K36. So, that's his thing for me is 491. She will be in my book. She will always be the best Mikado class the DNRG and the DNRGW ever built, because of course she is the first Mikado 3-foot narrow gauge Mikado I ever learned about from the DNRGW. Let me get you guys a link to that video. Yeah, 491 will always be, as I said, will be best K. 482 is my K. I realized, let's see here, I got the video. There it is. Let me get you guys the link. Bada bing, bada boom. Let the video go vroom. But yes, it was, one of these things is that's my K! It's like, when that whenever, a dad for their son or a mom for their daughter, or even vice versa, a mom for her son or a dad for his daughter, that's my child! The fun of, for a parent getting to have their kid getting to do a thing, a sports thing, academics thing, whatever. I am the sort of person, I don't think I'm going to ever have kids. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to have kids. I will probably, of course, never know those joys and hardships. I know there were times where I caused my parents grief and all that. There were times where they had to, come bail me out, me or Tree Bro. And, there were times where, poignant lesson was learned. They said, to either me or Tree Bro. I was like, okay, son, what have we learned? We've learned we have found more redstone. Yeah, whatever the situation called for, it's like, what have we learned, son? Several times where I made boo-boo. Number of times where I made boo-boos. Excuse me, but it felt good. Other times it was well justified, a well-earned good job. It's one of these things that, it's that old saying, is that defeat teaches more than victory. And, said back in 2024, when I went to Denver my first time by myself, said I was, about an hour east of Denver on Interstate 70, and part of me, a decent chunk of me, wanted to turn back and just head home, but, the other part of me said, Tree, you are so bloody close. You are literally, a stone's throw away from Denver. You can make it. I pushed myself, and I was like, oh my God, I'm here. I'm at the hotel, finally! And, yeah, I was glad when I finally made it. Checked in, did all that stuff, and I am glad that for 2024 I didn't quite have all the means at my disposal to go all the way from Treelandia to Durango, because that would have been an even farther trip. We have some lapis. Yeah, that would have been a farther trip. But that it helped get me into more of a correct frame of reference for being able to do such a long haul trip. And in that way, it was advantageous. Because I probably would be far more willing to turn back sooner had I tried to go in 2024 as compared to last year, 2025, to Durango. So yeah, that helped me get me into the correct time frame. It was still a little bit hard, but I was like, hey, you're going further to Durango than you did to go to Denver. So if you can make it up to Denver, you can make it to Durango. I had a very good, idea of the route that I needed to take. Of course, now having done that trip in person, it's a case of, for the next time I go, for the next time I go, I know that I'm going to make a couple little changes. I'm going to take just the routing just a little bit. It's one of those things is that, don't go, I used Google Maps to help me out with the plotting of the course I wanted to take. Because I knew I had an idea of where I needed to go, and I could see, some potential other routes that I could take. And now that I have done the... ooh, hello, redstone. Diamond! We have diamond. And redstone. And now that I have done the recommended Google route, I can now decide a few little changes. It's going to adjust, of course, the distance and the time travel factors. But, yes, the inevitable beauty. I'm thinking that, as I've looked at some of that stuff, I think that it would be advantageous to take some of those changes. It'll be slightly longer in distance, not much longer in time, but not too much longer in time compared to the first time route taking I did. It'll be a case of, I think it'll be worth it. Do a little bit slightly different routing to help me out. Let's see here, we have 17, so I have no idea on count. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see what that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's all 3 bedrock in a row. We'll just come this way and do 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Oh, look at that. We got some more bedrock. Come on. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Excuse me, but it felt good. Well, yes. I am one of these sorts of people that, I love, when I get to do something different, find something out how to do something, and then, realize that, realize that, I can tweak it just so, and let's see what result that does. So yeah, so next time I get to go to Silverton, or Durango, to ride the Durango in Silverton, there we go. I'm going to try my couple little trip tweaks to get to Durango for the drive. Because having the drive versus taking an airplane, of course, having a flight, then, I'd have to rent a car, which would be its own kettle of fish, and blah, 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 blah. Just driving out there, yes, it's far longer, but, if having to go through the airport system, that can get that, getting to Denver, say, and the equivalent of just over an hour, in the air, that doesn't include, boarding getting into the airport, boarding, getting into the airport, waiting for the flight, boarding, then waiting for the flight to taxi to the runway, take off, fly to Denver, land at Denver International, have it land there, taxi to the appropriate terminal, claim baggage claim, as expensive as it is, it was a little bit expensive to drive. Having to drive was, in my book, a far more financially sound experience. Yes, as said, it was its own, doing that as its own kettle of fish. But I didn't have to worry about, you know, renting a temporary tree mobile. Here we are at the terminal of this one. Let's see here. Need 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that was not having to fly out there. Gave me time to acclimate. That was the other... That has been the other strategic reason for driving. Is because, you know, going from Treelandia to, which is, you know, here in the Midwest, you know, and of course Denver is famously known as the Mile High City, 5,280 feet. I forget what that compute. Oh, hello. I forget what that computes to in kilometers or meters. Oh, there's some gold up there. Yeah, I don't remember what 5,280 feet computes to in meters. Let's see here. Don't want to be tough so much, so I'm not gonna dig that up. Oh, I probably ought to actually. I had thought potentially about traveling on Amtrak somewhere. I'd have to go a little bit of a distance to get to. Let's see. While I'm thinking, I'm coming over here to calculate feet to meters. So 5280. Yeah. 0. Just over 1,600 meters. Just over 1.6 kilometers in altitude. So, yeah, that's the thing. You know, I'm several hundred feet. You know, I'm not like in you know, at sea level, like in New Orleans. You know, I'm not at sea level. I'm, you know, I'm far higher than that. But I'd have to do something if I wanted to use Amtrak to get to Denver. I'd have to do. I remember I'm gonna have to do something I'd have to do something special for that, and it's obviously going to be a few extra steps and some extra expense. So, you know, I'd have to literally go do stuff to be able to get to a westward going Amtrak service. And so, you know, for me personally, I'm not gonna. I don't think it'd be worth it to try to do that. But I do have, you know, it's Amtrak is for me within reach, decent reach. I would have to, you know, be careful. You know, with I'd have to. I would have to be careful with how I did it. You know, how I'd want to do it. You know, I'd have to work out a plan. Excuse me. I'd have to just basically have to work out a plan. Excuse me, but it felt good. Yeah, I basically would have to just work out a plan. Why am I going the wrong way? Department of Yeah, there's several Amtrak routes that are for me within decent reach, so fortunately I would have to drive either drive or fly further afield to be able to get a route to Denver if I wanted to do that sort of thing. One of Heiss's contributors, his name is Jersey Central 833. Redstone. Now, Jersey, a video he did several years back now. I think it was like he and one or two of his buddies or something like that, or he met up with a couple guys. Besides Heiss, Brett, or Layton, that he took Amtrak to Denver. So yeah, like I said, for me it would be it's a little bit more of a an effort to try and go and ride Amtrak to Denver. So let me go up. I know that, like me, Jersey streams here on Twitch, so let me go ahead and get you guys his linkages. Here, that is the old fundraiser for Jersey. Get you guys his channel. There he is. All right, there he is. And let's see here. This was released. It'll be 2 years ago this coming April. There is his There's Jersey's video called Jersey's 2023 Narrow Gauge Odyssey, in which you'll get to see Heiss and some of his other friends. Mutual friends with Jersey, of course. And then there is Jersey's Twitch channel. Oh my god, I just had a recollection of that narrow gauge adventure. Is like it was in what is now, of course, Heiss's old bachelor pad, as he called it. They were just chanting, Heiss and some of their friends, they were just chanting Grand Chunk, and Heiss had his eyes, he was deliberately cross-eyed. He's saying Grand Chunk, Grand Chunk, Grand Chunk. The running gag, of course, is in Heiss's live streams, he likes to have the reverb for Grand Trunk. So, well, we're at a good thing here. I'm gonna go quickly stop here and go use the rest little trees room. So just a second, BRB. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. But when you gotta go, you gotta go. Gotta go. Speaking of going, let's go do some more mining! Let's go have some more fun. Need all the redstone. Let's see how much. Let's see here. How much did I get again? Well, we're getting some stuff, so I'm not gonna whine. Oh gosh darn it! Now I want some saying wine. That's got me thinking about wine, the drink, which is of course now making me want to have cheese. A little bit of a wine and cheese party. Of course, Mojang's very likely not to introduce anything akin to wine in vanilla. Because, of course, reasons. But, yeah. I want to have a little bit of a wine and cheese party. Redstone, hello, hello, come to daddy. Oh, you were just hiding, weren't you there, son? You jerk block of ore, hiding in plain sight, going, tee-hee, tee-hee, I'm gonna hide so the tree won't find me. Yes, he's not gonna find me. No, he found me. son. You're mine. You're mine. All mine. Yeah, we'll mine down here for a while. Not sure if we'll go to make it up to this side, make it up to this area on the other side there, but we'll see. We'll see. This being the shorter side, it's part of why I'm thinking that we may, not sure. Got some goat juice there. But, yeah, it's, we'll see. We'll see. Because, like I said, we need the redstone. We've already got because of the mining I've already done down here, we've already got a nice chunk of supply for the smelter, for the item sorter. Yeah, it's but yeah, doing all that stuff for Colorado, like I said, it would be a little bit of a thing to try to go in like Jersey did in his 2023 adventure video there. Said I know that Heist has got coming up next month. His I'm not sure if it's sold out yet. It's probably sold out. The 2026 charter on the RGS. That's February 22nd. I think it's February 22nd from what I remember. I mean, part of me wouldn't mind going to Colorado in the wintertime, but at the same time, knowing that even for me as a tree, I'd have to be, be bundled up and all that. I was like, do I really want to have to do that? Not really. It's one of those things of, I also, I don't want to have to go to the expense, be saving up for, a trip to Colorado, then go and, next month on the charter, the 2026 charter, go through that, and, be stuck in perpetual save mode to make 2 trips. Of course, as I've said, I want to make the trip to back to the Denver Metro for for Colorado Crossings this year, and trying to save up for both things is, and of course having to do IRL stuff, like get new motherboard and all that. It's just like, amongst other things, make sure, I have money to pay for IRL, bills, blah, 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 and all that jazz. I'm just been thinking is that, if I try to push it, I'm going to just be, wanting to tear what few leaves I have left in my canopy from autumn, or fall for those of us here in the States. And they're like, money! And, you know, even if I did go into ultimate hardcore save mode, you know, squeeze every, oh, you know, now that pennies are no longer produced here in the States, you know, pinch every nickel until it squeals, you know, that's going to be a thing, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, wunderbar. You're trying to do, you know, squeeze every bit of cash until it squeals, you know. That's you know, as much as I wanted, part of me wants to do that. At the same time, I know it is not a way to do things. So that is why, you know, and this was, of course, it was initially referenced, Heist was additionally referencing it back in the latter half of December last month. You know, so you know that this thing was coming, you know, the charter, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to squeeze stuff in. If I really want to go, I'd have to squeeze every coin until it complains. That's actually a better thing. Squeeze every coin till it complains to be let go. And I'm like, It is far more logistically sound to skip. Ooh, redstone. Oops. That was an oopsie poopsies. It's far more logistically sound to skip the charter, as much as I may want to go. And save money so that I can do stuff otherwise. I got some nice little bit of OT this past pay period. Gonna allow me to, you know, take some money and, you know, just set it aside. Like I said, I still need to, once the, you know, my paycheck actually hits my bank account, later this week, that's when I'm finally going to actually, you know, start, you know, consulting stuff, you know, consulting the, 1, 2, let's see, how many do I got? 33? Oh, jeez. Just a second here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7, 20, 29, 30, 1, 2, and 3. It's that this coming weekend I can finally start do some more serious looking at new motherboard, new CPU, new RAM, potentially new M.2 drive. But big thing that I have planned is probably next Sunday, maybe next Saturday, probably next Sunday. Oh, more bloody gravel is thingamabob that is make a foray down to the make a foray down to the computer store, or over to the computer store, I should say. 3, 4, 5, 6, and see, start to make some inquiries. Because I know that, it's going to be stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, redstone 4. Redstone. Yeah, make some forays and excuse me. Start to see what they have to recommend to say about deals and all that. Because of course, oh, more redstone. They've usually had some amount of deals for stuff, motherboard, CPU, RAM, that sort of stuff, or whatever, some services, whatever. And see, okay, what sort of deals would I be able to get on, insert brand, particular brand motherboard. I'm gonna go with AMD again because the CPU I've got, it's been treating me very well. It's been, it's just me, me just messing with it when I shouldn't have. That I screwed up myself. I screwed myself over. If I just had left well enough alone, could have just saved some trouble. But did I? Whoa. Redstone. More redstone. Hello. Come to tree, Daddy. Thank you. Yeah, I honestly don't need the most absolute cutting edge, the absolute fastest processor, the absolute most number of cores on a die, sort of thing. I try to get, how the redstone. How there's, high end, middle end, and low end. I try to get, the higher part of middle end / the lower part of high end sort of stuff, or at least what I would perceive as, the current version of that sort of stuff. I was acting up there for a second. Try to get, as I said, the higher version of middle end, lower end of high end. Something to give me, a decent chunk of oomph. But at the same time, I'm not too worried. Not too worried about stuff. That way I can, it's mostly about affordability. Oh. Whoa! Whoa, hello. That spooked me. That spooked me! Do that. Oh, but yeah. Try to more afford what I can, afford what you can, you know, buy what you can afford. You know, that was one of the that's one of the things that Tree Dad imparted upon me. You know, like I said, he's done IT stuff for years, so he said, you know, buy what you can afford. Which is, of course, why I've been trying to save money. And of course, I'm going to, of course, be going into pretty much save mode. I'm going to be in save mode till probably till May. Because, of course, I need a new laptop and all that. New rig comes first. New rig core comes first. So yeah, I'll just when I venture over to the computer store, I'll say, you know, hey, you know, it's like, you know, what do you guys recommend? And we'll go with that, and you know, I'll see what I can do about setting up an appointment, or inquire about making an appointment. When would be a good time to make an appointment? That when I can take my rig down, say, and you know, say, oh, you know, it'll probably be one of these things. The way I've got it going in my canopy, it's either going to be one of two things. Sorry, I had to get some go juice there. It's either going to be, I'm going to go ahead and buy at minimum, the new motherboard, new CPU, new RAM. Buy them and then like wait until you know if I could get a good deal, but get those on a good deal, okay? And then wait, you know, until I make sure I have the money to be able to, you know, and this will be part of the reconnaissance I'm hoping to do next Sunday, is talk to them, you know, plan things out. And either, you know, buy at minimum those three things and then hold on to them, then come back later at a later date, preferably when I'm working, pack the three things up, pack the stuff up, pack pack rig up, take it over to the computer store, and then say, okay, here is what I want done. I want blah 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 blah. What that blah 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 is going to be. Replace the current motherboard with the current new motherboard, new CPU, new RAM. If I get a new M.2, just chuck it in. Have them recycle. I think they recycle is what I remember at least. Have them recycle the old, what is the funky stuff right now that I'm currently using. Or this would be the preferable, if possible, train of thought. I like trains. This is the preferable avenue, is take the... Oh, hello. Take my rig down. At the same time I plan on, on the same day that I plan on buying the new equipment. That way I can go through and say, okay, I go through and I get the new motherboard and all that. New RAM, blah, blah, blah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get the new equipment. Then I'll pull in the rig. Okay, say, I want to keep, I want to replace the M.2, the motherboard M.2, CPU, RAM, keep everything else, hook stuff back up. keep my GPU, because 16 gig GPU is not bad. These, I remember is that I was last February I was when just before had the screw up. Was keeping an eye on their son, and then I was like, oh, 16 gig GPU! Get it, tree, get it! So, I made sure to, say, get in touch with them and to say, hey, you have this gigabyte, 16 gig, whatever my GPU is. And they said, yeah, we have just the one that you see on our sign. And I was like, I would like to put that, please. It's Osage Orange. Please put that aside for me. I will come to you here shortly and purchase it. And they said, we will do that. Well, I hope to see you here shortly. And so, after that, I made sure, I was dressed and, and all that. And I hopped in the tree mobile, drove on down, see him over there, and got there and walked on in, went to the thing and said, went to the desk, the purchase desk, and was, I'm Osage Orange. I'm here to do my pickup. And they said, yes, we got that set aside about 10 minutes ago now. So got it, and I got it, and I was like, this is the one, right? And they let me see it. I was like, and I got to hold it in my twigs for the first time. It's like, yes, this is it. I'll pay you for it. Give me. So yes, it was. Yes, I was so ecstatic. Far more powerful, far more modern card. Like I said, I don't always have to have the cutting edge in terms of tech. Try to get as close as I can to cutting edge tech as I can afford. Save up, like I said, I'm gonna have to, like I said, I've been just trying to keep an eye on the motherboards and CPUs, and it's what's been the real big hassle from looking at stuff both at the computer store I go to, and I've taken redstone, the other stuff I've on other sites, like Best Buy and all that, is that it's like some years ago with the CPU craze. Don't know why that is like that. Lisa. Oopsie. That should have been this big, but did I? No. Anywho, so like the GPU craze for crypto. One of my now former coworkers, he unfortunately, or fortunately for him, unfortunately for my store and Home Depot store, fortunate for him, of course, we went out to greener pastures. So he said, "Yeah, it's I've had an opportunity come up." And I was like, well, if you sense an opportunity to go do something, go do it. I said, yep, that's exactly what I'm doing. So, he's into crypto. I've talked about investing, of course. With me being in save mode for new computer hardware, I've been not throwing quite so much money as I, in some ways, I've been throwing quite so much money at my investing, which in this case is a good thing because, it's Gandalf says to Frodo in Fellowship of the Ring, you know, it's what you do with the time that is given to you. Did I just hear lava? Or was that the plop, plop, plop of blocks? Not sure. Or, yeah, it's what you do with the time that is given to you. Or, as Yoda says to Luke in Star Wars Episode 5, you know, always his mind was looking toward the future, to the horizon, never his mind on where he was. What he was doing. Redstone, more redstone, I will take ye. Just wanted to see if there was anything there. Yeah, it's, for me, you know, it's, just trying to get stuff done. May have to go topside to do some pick maintenance at some point. We will let Future Tree worry about that. Of course, Future Tree will blame Present Tree, which for Future Tree will be Past Tree. Say, gosh darn it, Tree, why didn't you do something? Oh, wait, I was waiting for this. Duh! Go. Oh, come on. Just trying to get as much redstone as we can. You know, I've thought about, with this whole debacle I faced last February, shooting myself in the roots and all that. Diamond! Giving it myself the thought that, I'm thinking that, you know, that way I do not overstress myself. Yeah, it would be an expense, but I'm thinking that they were able to give me a little bit of a deal last Texture when I went over to them was they were able to give me a little bit of a deal with only needing to install the hardware and not do install Windows and all that. I was able to make it cost far less than it would have if I had them do otherwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I'm thinking is, you know, and that's of course going to be one of the things I'm going to ask is that, you know, last time I came through when I had the big technical issue with my motherboard is that you guys were able to do a little bit of a thing. You know, give me a little bit of a better deal than, you know, making me having to pay, you know, all the price and all that. Excuse me. Redstone. I guess it's a darn good thing I don't gotta worry about no wardens. Yep. I said, I remember, you know, I don't remember if I ever did it on camera. But I do know that, in this world, I did face the warden. I was like, oh, it's back over here by the back over yonder where we have the mine shaft and all that. Come down, just, along the main deep mine shaft. And I was like, oh my god, that is scary. I love the Dan Bull, warden rap. So, yeah, how part of the refrain, and the warden's been awakened now. So let's see, Dan Bull. There we go. There we go. There is the link. Just at least for me, there's if you push the number keys in the following sequence, 2, which is the warden saying R.I.P., and then press 1, else you might receive abuse. Then 3, and the warden's been awakened now. That's been one of my personal little spoofs of that song. Rest in peace. Else you might receive abuse, and the warden's been awakened now. You gotta have a moment to have fun with the song, And it's one of those things you just gotta have fun. You can't have fun with a song, listen to a song or whatever, and it's just why do that sort of thing? So yeah, it's one of those things. You just if you don't enjoy something, and that is what I have found of getting to go to Colorado, even by myself, getting to do that fun stuff by myself. It's been fun. It's been expensive. It's been a huge pain in the posterior and all that. Oh, hello. And hello here. Yes. Yes, I know where I am. I know exactly where I am. This was an old lava pit right here. In this case, it's a good thing that there's no lava there no more. I'm just thinking back to the warden rap. Is that... Hush, 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 shut your mouth, don't make a sound. Whoops, you already have, and the warden's been awakened now. Have a little bit of fun doing that sort of stuff. Redstone, hello. Hello there. Yes, hello. Come to tree, Daddy. go ahead here, guys, and once we dump off all our cargo here, redstone. Once we go about dumping off all our cargo here. Is go and take a break. You know, we'll get our new side gallery going here. Go ahead, hitting down here. Let's go dump off our stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I'm a dum-dum. Oh. Off those, the few that we've gotten, plus the additional little bit off the, excuse me, plus a little bit off that wall area. Look at that! We've got a nice little start. Yeah. Yes, fascinating. Fascinating indeed, yes. Smashing. Alright. Let's go ahead here, guys. Let's go ahead and take a short little break. So, yeah, guys, go ahead and everybody stand up, stretch, go get something to eat, go get something to drink, use the restroom. I'll see you all here in a few minutes. Okay, guys, Tree is back. Sorry, it took me a few extra moments there. I was busy. I got momentarily distracted by quickly pulling up the tech store website to see what deals they were offering. Thing I thought about too is hitting up topside with the amount of stuff. Or pulling down the amount of stuff that I would need. So let's go quickly do that. But let's go make sure I got my headset muted for myself, just like I'm muted for you guys. But yes, I saw a few potential things of interest. I'm going to have to go take a better look-see at their site and all that. For that sort of thing. However, let's get our minecart there. And but yes, I took a look-see at what they had, and there we go. Took a look-see at what they had, and I'm like, There are several things that, of course, piqued my interest, and ready, splash. But yes, there were a couple things that they had there that, potential. And, let's see, there it is. But yes, potential, you know, it's, some of those things, I was looking more at the stuff in the lower, up to about $1,000 is what I'm potentially willing to buy. And I know that's going to be a little bit not quite so pushing it in terms of tech, but I would rather, in this case, rather not push it quite so much. Oh. Put your minecart away where it belongs, tree. Don't be a dum-dum. Boop. I've thought as a thing, since we're not really going to be using these guys, let's go ahead and do this right now while I'm thinking about it. We're going to go ahead here and decommission all this stuff here. We'll leave the tracks is what I'm thinking, but you know, I've long come to realize that this stuff right here is actually in many ways totally unnecessary. So we'll leave the track stuff. That was dum-dum. Yeah, it's... Where do you think you're going there, son? Sure that I got that. Not what I meant. Yeah. So yeah, for future stuff like this, we're not gonna. The way things have been in this world, I don't even think I'm gonna even begin to worry about doing anything amounting like this. All we'll need is, this as the wall. And this stuff here essentially was a waste of time and resources. I'm not going to worry about the tracks right now. I may come back later and clean them up, but it is for future tree to decide upon. But go ahead here and essentially we will recycle all that stuff, turn it into otherwise more productive aspects of this world. Because the mine carts to a degree, but especially the hoppers, the torches, the redstone dust, the comparators, the repeaters, the torches, we can use all that in for the like the smelter or the item sorter. Anywho, wrong thing, tree, wrong thing. Torches. Boop. Boop. Let's see how much more redstone we can get. This is this. Yeah, there'll be this one. There'll be two more, and then we'll see where we are. We may have to go topside to do a fixing of the pickings. Our pickaxe. Just earlier on break, I just got distracted with taking a look-see at the tech store website, and I was like, oh, this looks good. This is potential. I'm just going to have to go over there and take a look-see in person and, talk to some of the guys who work there and start to, formulate plans. I get paid this week, so oops, that was an oopsie poopsies. There. Diamonds and redstone. Come to Twee Daddy. Seriously? Jerks. Jerk diamonds. Well, at least I got 3. I'll just, like I said, I'm thinking that next Sunday is, what I'll do, as said, is, I'll make a little reconnaissance trip down to, down over to the, computer store. Go over to them and say hi and, see what they say about stuff, and, lapis. See what they say about, my journey over there, see what they have to say, and blah, blah, blah. Diamond! That has, of course, been one of the more fortuitous things about coming down here. is diamond ops. Gosh darn it. I was hoping I'd be able to, excuse me, go mining through there, but could I? No. No. Yeah. That's alright. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Yeah, but yeah. Go over to say hi to him and, you know, start. I may wait another paycheck period before doing, which would be into February, before I do anything related to, come on, tree, use your words. Before I take my rig in, of course, I'm going to have to make sure that I set up an appointment with them, say, hey, you know, I plan on being in with my rig on such and such date and all that. With hopefully, and I'll bring either buy directly, you know, in the moment, or have previously just recently bought the stuff that I want you guys to replace it with. And they do that sort of stuff. You know, you can either, you know, make the appointment, you know, come in with the stuff you want to buy, with the stuff you've already bought, or you come in, buy the stuff, and then you come in for your appointment at the same time. It's one of the nice things that they do is that they let you do that. You know, you can say, you know, I want certain motherboard with certain processor with certain RAM. You know, you plug in whatever it is those factors are. It's part of the reason why I've gone back is that they have obviously, you know, no store is going to be the best at anything. You know, even, you know, a specialty store like a tech store, you know, is, you know, people are people. They're not going to be perfect. And one of those things that, you know, Tree Dad and even roommate who has done IT stuff, and even Tree Bro to his own degree, because he's done IT stuff too. So, you know, it's like, choose what you want to use. And that's why I'm debating with myself if I should set up... Ooh, debating with myself if I should go ahead and set up an appointment for next weekend at whatever time I decide, to see if I might be able to, you know, just talk to our build area, to the build folks, to, you know, to actually do the actual, you know, building the custom rigs and all that. Say, hey, you know, what sort of thing would I be able to do if I wanted to do? Just have you guys assemble for me CPU, you know, keep most of the stuff in the rig, just replace the motherboard, CPU, and RAM. Because that'll be the minimum, as I've said. Motherboard, CPU, RAM is what I'm definitely wanting to replace. I'm going to say having the M.2 I have is certainly a thing. It's a solid state drive. But I am thinking about potentially if I want to keep I've been holding up fairly well under a single 1 terabyte drive. But and with having my 4 terabytes traditional spinning disk as my main program drive, keeping the SSD as more or less the OS drive. I've got a few programs on it, but most of my programs live over on the traditional spinning media. There's a little bit of a de-stressor of the SSD. But one of the things that I have learned, of course, in prepping stuff is TQ2, one of its hardware requirements is that the program itself has to be on an SSD. Whether it be a traditional 2.5-inch SSD or an M.2. And you guys have heard me say it about TQ2 is I'm just waiting for it to be, get out of early access and all that jazz. Waiting for it to excuse me. Waiting for it to come out in regular release and all that. It's not that I don't doubt Grimlore Games or THQ Nordic. It's just that I'm the sort I would prefer, a polished game. I don't want to go in this early access with TQ2. I don't want to go in and be blasé about it. I will say, yeah, sort of thing. I would rather have excuse me. I would rather have a more completed game as the material versus an incomplete game. Now, yes, I know that famously Kerplunk, I've talked about him before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I know that Kerplunk, I've talked about, he is doing the early access stuff. And, if people want to do the early access stuff, I'm not going to stop them. If you want to play early access to help develop the game, more power to you. It's just that having done stuff with TQ1, having been burned down on it, excuse me, I don't want to have the that burnout. I don't want to have that burnout and then be blasé about it and then have, the game get approved and then say, oh, this is now better. I don't want to have to worry about going through those issues. I would prefer to wait. Yes, I'm missing out on contributions. I know this. Excuse me. But I would rather have that ability to have a more fully developed, play a more fully developed game than have other things. Oh. Not so fast on me there, eh, Gravel? Future proof. Nope. Excuse me. 3, let's see, that's 3, 6. As I've said, I wish I had the investments to be able to do content creation full time. I know that there are people out there who Excuse me. I know there are people out there who have been able to get in that sort of thing. But, unfortunately, from my point of view... Ow! I hate having dust in my sappy eyes. Ow! That... Oh, jeez, this... Ah! Okay. Calm down, Tree. Calm down. Have a zen moment, Tree. A little dust isn't going to hurt your eyeballs, no matter how much pain that may... Excuse me. No matter how much pain that may generate. I would, as I was trying to say, I would rather have for TQ2 have a more completed game. Redstone. Oh, it's just the one, eh? Well, I'm thinking about it. Let's take care of this waterfall. Okay. There's something out there. Excuse me. If that's a lava source. Might be. It's hard to tell. Oh, I have been here. I was thinking that the way the illumination was working, it looked like it was lava. Yeah, but as of course I was coming up, I did hear blub 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 sort of thing stuff, and I was like, what? Excuse me, why aren't I hearing lava? Of course, there's a reason I wasn't hearing lava, is that splash. I know I have vacation coming up next month, and toward the latter half of February. So what I'm thinking I'll probably do, depending on what I learned from the folks over there at the tech store, is probably try to have... Let's see. Just a sec. I'm going to pull up my calendar over here on my laptop so that I can see stuff. Let's see here. I'm thinking that depending on how things are, probably going to be the second, hopefully, knock on wood. Yes, and I'm knocking on myself. Ow, that hurt. Hopefully by the second full, February 1st falls on a Sunday, so hopefully the week of the 8th. I'll be able to squeeze in. Hopefully by then I will have made my decision, and hopefully that week I'll be able to get in my stuff for, getting stuff installed and all that. The new hardware. It's like I said, I'm figuring, this coming Sunday is going to be hopefully a good day to go over to the tech store again, as I've said a million bazillion times, and hopefully have some good stuff with that. So just a sec, I quickly got to go use the little trees room again. Just a second, BRB. Sorry about that, guys. Do apologize, but yeah, when you gotta go, as I've said, when you gotta go, you gotta go. But yeah, hopefully, depending on how things go this coming Sunday. Let's see. Let me take a look. See here at the calendar. Um, the Sunday, the 25th of January 25th. Hopefully, I can, go in and see what they have to say and all that, and then hopefully sometime within the 2 weeks after that, I will be able to go in and, depending on how, like I said, depending on how things go, I'm gonna just see what they have to say. First I need the money. And I do have a nice chunk of money set aside, but I want to make sure that I have a little bit more. Doesn't hurt to be prepared. Err on the side of caution. That's one thing that, Tree Dad says, sorry about that, guys. Just a second. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I literally tried sending Dr. Pepper down the wrong stomata there. I tried sending it down the speaking stomata instead of the drinking stomata. And I just about choked myself. I have done that, it seems like a million bazillion times, and part of me is like, ah! When that happens, so. Don't try to go choking yourself there, tree. Do not try going and choking yourself. Anywho, let's get back into this stuff. Redstone. Hello. Yeah, it'll ultimately all depend on, you know, what I can get done with the you know, talking to the tech people over at the tech store, see what they have to say. And like I said, last year when I had to do the have them fix stuff up with the current motherboard and all that, it was one of those moments of you know, realizing that, hey, tree, you know, you done goof with your thing there. And just, you know, need to have stuff happen. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and chuck stuff there. How the heck did I get a freaking moss block? Yeah, mysteries upon mysteries. Gosh darn, that's got me thinking about Dune now. Plans within plans. You know, I've actually been reading Dune, the book. Like as I've said before, I've read the series back when I was in school and all that. Let's see, let's get out my supply shulker box. No, I'm gonna need that. Come on. Yeah, I don't want the shovel going there. There we go. That's better. That's much, much better. Let's see. There's my crafting table. Consolidate. Boom. Boom. Look at that. We have 5 and almost 6 complete stacks of, almost 6 3/4 stacks worth of redstone blocks, which is yes. Yeah, so fun, redstone. I'll soon be able to do more work with the redstoning stuff. Yes. While I'm thinking about it, shall we proceed up to the smelter and do a little bit of maintenance stuff on this pick? Yes. But yeah, like I said, just gonna go talk to the tech guys over at the computer store and see what they have to say. Go get our pick fixed here. Go ahead and re-enable sound for you guys. But yeah, it's oh. There we go. Pick is while we're up here, let's Let's do a little bit of enchanting, shall we? That way I can make sure that I get a little bit better leveling up stuffs with stuff here. Okay. Yeah. I know it's here. Hello? That's what I saw. Just wondering at first why am I hearing the fish? And I realized, oh wait, it's an oxodal, so. All right. Now that that's done, let's excuse me. Let's head back downstairs. All the way back downstairs to the depths. So one of the things I've got going on in my Kinapie is for our next world, and yes, there will be whatever version of Minecraft, whatever the newest version of Minecraft, 1.2x, dot 120, 122, one probably be more like probably 123 or 124. Version of Minecraft, whatever it is. I've already got a few ideas lurking in my Kinapie, one of which is, of course, going to be not having this sort of stuff, a receiving station for here in the depths of the deep mines, as I like to call them, the depths, whatever. This is called a CF3. Oh, that is... Yeah, for Ryzen 9 3950X, 16 core. Whatever this, yeah. Anywho. That being in this depth of the worlds, you know, I'm not going to have to worry. I plan on the next world not being quite like that. Did not mean to take out that torch, that's for sure. Excuse me, but it felt good. Let's see where we are, stream time and real time. We may do one more after this, I'm not sure. Well, it depends on how I feel. Because I'm starting to feel somewhat tired. I managed, after yesterday's City Building Saturdays episode, Saturday into Sunday, that is. Because, of course, I woke up late Sunday, Saturday. Dum-dum. Do that. Silly tree. Managed to wake up late, of course, Saturday. Very late. You know, alarm went off. You know, me. You know, wake up, tree. Wake up. Like, yeah. Alarm. Turn off. Right back to sleep. Yeah, I just remembered going back to Dune. I've been finally getting to reread the novel after many moons, and as I recalled, it was very heavy reading, and you know, quite honestly, it was worth coming back to, you know, finally having seen the Denis Villeneuve version of Dune, and getting to see, you know, some of his, you know, obviously, you know, you cannot truly make any book, you know, you cannot truly make any book truly book accurate if it's based on a book. You know, famously, you know, in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, they could not have every single little scene because, of course, you know, each film would probably be like 7 hours long, and people, you know, you'd lose people after about the first 2.5 hours, which, of course, is not a good thing. Yeah. As I said in the alternate history, in the fan fiction of Timeline 191, the continuation of Harry Turtledove's Southern Victory series by David Barr Elias. He describes, I'm presuming it's he, with the name David. I am presuming that he means to have, he describes the, especially the alternate, what we perceive as the 1990s, the alternate version of the 1990s, is having the endurance films. Basically, films that are at minimum, you know, based on my immediate recollection, films that are at minimum 3 hours long. and usually about 4 to 5 hours long. So I hope that, in his description of such films, that there will be some sort of, like a 20 minute intermission. That way, people could, haven't seen, like Return of the King, that's like 4 hours long. It's an endurance film, the extended edition, at least. And, it's, oh my God. The cinematic cut was, oh my God, was, at times. I remember many, many years ago when I was a much, much younger tree. Me, Tree Bro, and Tree Dad, we went to see Lord of the Rings, in the theater. Fellowship is, as of this year, 25 years old. It was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Anywho, I remember, I do not, even to this day, I do not remember how I summoned the mental and physical fortitude to be able to sit through a 3.5 hour long, essentially a 3.5 hour long film without going to the restroom. Tree Dad got me and Tree Bro and himself. He got us popcorn. He bought us soda. And I remember, Tree Dad went twice. Tree Dad went out twice. Tree Bro went out once. I was the one who gave all the possible gumption that I could muster, and managed to sit through a 3.5 hour. It seemed more like a 6 hour film, and not go to the restroom or the snack bar once. And that still, even to this day, surprises me. Let's see here. We'll come up this way. Go bye-bye, Mr. Flint. Thank you. As I said, it still bloody surprises me how I managed redstone, how I managed to do a multi-hour film and go through this film and manage to make it through without going to the restroom once. And as I've described in this story before, as soon as Sam says, "Well, I'm back," as soon as he said that, and then the end comes up on the screen, I went dashing for the little tree's room. Boy, did I have to go. And I'm glad I finally got to go. And boy, did I have to go. It's one of those little, in some ways, it is a double-edged sword, as the saying goes. I fondly remember being able to sit through the entire Return of the King without having to go to the bathroom, but oh my God, did I have to go! Ah, what I meant. Tree. Yeah, it's like, ah! Restroom, here I come! As soon as that flashed up, it was like, ah, restroom, here I come! And then, when we got home, redstone. When we got home, like 40 minutes later or something like that, after we'd been through the credits and all that. I was like, I gotta go again! And Tree Mom was like, well, what happened, son? I was like, I sat here through the whole freaking movie and I didn't go to the restroom once. And she was like, oh, son! Could have still gone, I wanted to see it, mother! One of those fun little bits, you know, is that there we go. Ba-ba-da-boo, ba-ba-ba-boo. Oh my goodness. I'm just starting to feel real tired. Part of what I got to do today was manage to, after yesterday's City Building Saturdays stuff, I managed to get to bed fairly quickly. Partly because I was feeling, bleh, bleh, you know, all the blasé sorts of stuff. And just, you know, part of me just was really looking forward to go to bed, so I went to bed. And I managed to get up and do stuff. And again, even though I've been having go-tos, I am just wanting to go. I have not been sleeping as well as I need to be. And it just sucks, guys. I wish I had the financial ability to not have to worry about having a traditional job. But unfortunately for me, yes, whatever sounder thingamabobs, I know you're there. It's actually got me thinking again about Dune, you know, how the sandworms follow sound and all that. It was one of the, when I saw Dune Part 2 a couple years back now, gotta say that one of my favorite little bits was the once Jessica's become the Fremen Reverend Mother, and I thought I got a thing there, torch. Anywho, she's in the Fremen Temple with the baby sandworm, and she and her assistant are having their conversation and all that. And oh, hello there, Redstone. Yes, I see. Yes. But yeah, it's Jessica and her Fremen assistant in the Fremen Temple. Whoa, excuse me. But I felt good. Yeah, dum-dum. Excuse me again, but it still felt good. Hooray. Alright. Me and my snarky sarcasm. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But yeah, the Jessica's temple assistant who summons, they have in there, they've got the 2 sand pits. They've got the 2 pits, one full of sand, the other full of water. And the temple assistant, you know, goes and does the, you know, summoning the baby sandworm. And of course, the baby sandworm goes for the assistant, you know, the way, of course, sandworms operate. And it just goes and wraps itself around the assistant, and she's just doing, you know, talking to the sandworm as she is able to. And the way she just very much just easily, you know, walks from the sand pit to the water pit, drowns the sandworm, creating the water of life. And, oh, hello. Hello. I should have thought about this. Did I? No. Anywho, I always found it interesting, you know, is that the temple attendant, as I like to call her, just, you know, knew how to do her stuff, and she intercepts the sandworm. It's got its mouth with all the spines pointing toward her face, and it's going, you know, it's clicking, and she's, you know, clicking back to it. But the worm, of course, the baby sandworm has got its body wrapped around the attendant, and she just very agilely walks between the sand pit and the water pit, and as if it's nothing. And she, you know, it's you know, for her, it's nothing. So I've gotten to the part in the novel. I think we'll end after this. We'll get done doing this stuff here, guys. Because I'm starting to feel tired, and I want to go make sure I get some sleep. Because if I can, I would very much prefer to have a 3-hour TQ Season 4 stream tomorrow. If possible. Anywho. You know, I just love it how the temple attendant just walks between, you know, even though she's got a sandworm wrapped around her torso, and she's, you know, she's holding the spiny mouth about a foot. Let's see, it's 2.5 centimeters to the inch, so that is, you know, about 30 centimeters from her face. She's got the and you know, she just walks between the two pools, and it's like, this is nothing. Of course, you know, being Fremen, of course, she is no doubt well acquainted to the ways of the sandworm, and knows how to do her stuff as stuff goes. So let's go ahead down here. Yeah, that's recently showed Tree Mom that, and she was like, whoa, because she didn't get to see Dune Part 2, or to my recollection, Part 1, either movie in theaters. So I'll go ahead and finish sorting this stuff off cam, guys. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call it a stream. I am not sure who is live. Let me take a quick peek. Yeah, it's I am very, very much sort of thing. Oh, jeez. Not, unfortunately, guys, we don't have too many people we could go say hi to. We've only got one person, so, and It's QB1. We saw him yesterday. Unfortunately, he's the only one in my watch list who's broadcasting right now. And unfortunately, we rated him yesterday as part of City Building Saturdays. So, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and call it an episode. Glad I did take a little bit of an early break, but as I said, I'm just feeling very blasé, mostly feeling tired. As I've said, I wish I didn't have to do physical. I wish I didn't have to do this physical job that I've got. I wish I didn't have to do a job at all. I would love to just be a content creator, but unfortunately, I do not, as of right now, have the means to be able to truly support myself in such a manner. So, I do appreciate everybody who has come out. For those of you watching here on Twitch at twitch.tv/OsageOrange, please remember to go ahead and hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube at youtube.com/OsageOrangeGaming, please remember to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon for notifications. It really, really does help. Hope to see you guys tomorrow, Monday. Hopefully, if I can make it happen, try to get myself up for a 5 p.m. U.S. Central Time commencement to Titan Quest Season 4. Hopefully we can do at least a 6 o'clock start. Knock on wood. And, of course, later in this coming week, we'll have another episode, probably sometime Thursday, Slant Friday, of, again, Titan Quest The Loot Grind. Next Saturday, this coming Saturday is, of course, going to be another episode of City Building Saturdays in Pharaoh Cleopatra. So, yeah, I do appreciate everybody who's come out, and I hope to catch y'all in the next episode. Ta-ta for